Shane Neville, free, gets the return back to TJ. TJ, fortunate there that that ball wasn't intercepted. And Paul Fahy manages to get the ball back to Byrne. Byrne left-footed. That's a lovely score from TJ. Very experienced player, this man. Played for McBride's senior team for years, and certainly showed his experience and class there. And one was an awkward angle for a left-footed kick, but he made absolutely no mistake and kicked it right over the bar as this ball is kicked out, but the McBrides win that kick out. And Paul Connolly does really well there, gets it into his number 10, Owen McCaig now, but that ball is going to drop short from Killian McGraham and into Paul Nugent's hands, and Nugent gets the ball away out there to his cornerback, and the Parnells find themselves a little bit of room there going through that McBride's defence as Parnells look to come with Fionn McFall. That's a lovely pass into Caelan Laverty. Laverty now gets the boss off, but that's a poor pass, you'd have to say, really, after a lot of good work by the Parnells, and the pass breaks down and TJ Byrne gets the ball away to his Tiernan O'Reilly on this near side. Tiernan now looks to take on his man. That avenue though is closed off, and he decides to go back across the middle of the field all the way over there to the number 10, Owen McCaig. McCaig gives a lovely little pass inside, and this ball is clipped in and clipped over the bar there by Paul Fahy, the number 13, and that's the third point for the McBrides here early on in this first half. The McBrides in to a 3 points to nil lead as we've got a slight injury to one of the Parnells lads there, the number 6. Conor O'Toole is down on a knee there and feeling the inside of his right knee, so probably just a little knock. And I see the water bottles are brought in, very important. Players take on fluids. A day like this, it's be very tough on the body. It's so warm and humid, and Conor O'Toole then receiving a little bit of attention there as you see Garrett Devlin, the man from Stewartstown in Tyrone, and big shout out to his wife Shona. So hello to Shona and all the kids back in Stewartstown, and as your good husband Garrett is out there doing water boy for the Parnells here. Regular visitor to these shores is Garrett, fine footballer himself, as he has displayed on many occasions. So it's going to be a kick out then for the Parnells, as that one very nearly goes astray, but they're fortunate to win that ball in the middle of the field, and Cathal Leddy gives a lovely pass inside into his full forward line, but once again, not for the first time, just not able to get to the pitch of the ball there, and the McBrides break it down through Paul Connolly. Connolly now gets it to his full-back, Paddy McVeigh. McVeigh back to his goalkeeper, Elliot Lean back to McVeigh now once again, with those arms exposed with this heat of the day, so being so hot, players, and that's locked down there, players calling for a foot block, but the referee doesn't agree, and it's Kieran Lynch then. Lynch, this big number 9, going forward, looks up and he gets it to Caelan Laverty. Laverty, really quick, this player, tackled hard there by 2 McBridesmen, but gets into a pocket of space, swings his right foot at it and makes no mistake. So that's the first score of this game for the McBrides, as we've about 10 or 12 minutes gone in this first half, and that's the first score of the game for the Parnells, and badly needed point to settle them down, as the McBrides get the quick kick out away and get moving once again over there on that far sideline. The McBrides now coming forward. Ball is pumped in long there in towards Paul Fahy, but John Cunningham does really well, and John seems to have something there, a bit of I don't know, is it cramp or was it his hamstring, or maybe it's his calf, but Schreiker is down and didn't look too appetising there as he went for that ball. He pulled up prematurely, and I think his, as they say, that his race might be ran there, unfortunately for John. Great servant for the Parnells down through the years there from Cavan, and great fella, no doubt. He's disgusted there as he's coming off. There's a tap on the shoulder from Kevin Brady. So unfortunately for John Cunningham, his day is over. I think it's the hamstring that went. It was strapped up, so early substitution then for the Parnells as that ball is pumped in, and it's the Parnells defence that manages to get it away, and good work there back in the defence by Conor O'Toole. O'Toole now gives that pass off away to Fionn McFall. McFall now faced up by Joe Gardner. McFall gives the pass away to Laverty. Laverty shown well for the ball early in this game, but the only one to score so far in that Parnell's attack. Gets it off there to Kieran Lynch. Lynch now looking for support inside. Killian Smith joins in, but has to go backwards, and it's Sean Dunleavy now, this full number 5, full of running, gets his ball away to McFall. McFall's shot is blocked down, and once again this McBride's defence doing really well, as was a push coming in there, I think, on Paul Connolly as we pass the 12th minute. 12 and a half minutes almost gone in this game, as a substitute is being brought on for the Parnells, and it's Colin McGee, number 22, is going to be introduced into the fray, as John Cunningham made away there with an injury to his hamstring, and McGee goes in and to take his place as that ball pumped long in towards that McBride's attack, and it's Tiernan O'Reilly once again being faced there by Killian Smith. Smith does well, initially repels him, but Riley wins him. Wins. I thought he was going to win a free there, but actually referee said he overcarried the ball, and it's going to be a free out. So Kieran Lynch for the Parnells now gets possession of the ball, crosses the middle of the field, looks across to his right hand side and sees Cathal Leddy over there. Leddy now gives it back to Lynch. Lynch has a man on his outside here, and it's Colin Crean. Colin Crean now, the number 14, gets it back again to Cathal Leddy. Leddy finds a passage through, and he gets it over to a substitute, and Colin McGee there. McGee passes it off, but again there was a foul on the number 15, Keelan Laverty, as he was attempting to catch that ball, and the referee awards a free in to the Parnells, and the goalkeeper is out remonstrating with the ref, but nonetheless it's going to be a free, and is it Fionn McFall, or no, it's not. I think it's Laverty that's going to take this. Keelan Laverty steps up, and he's going to kick this one. It's pretty much dead straight in front of the goals. It's out around the 21, so this should really only be a formality, as Laverty attempts to kick his second point of the game, and this will bring it back to a 1 score game, a 1 point game, 3 points to 1 at the moment, but surely this is gilt-edged, as Laverty makes absolutely no mistake, kicks it in and kicks it over the bar. So it's 3 points to 2 in favour of the McBrides here after about 13 and a half, 14 minutes of this first half, almost halfway through this first half. It's been low scoring, but it's been entertaining, and it's been in tough, but both teams missing opportunities. But Paul Connolly now raiding forward here, but that's a poor pass, and it's going to find McGee. McGee, the substitute for the Parnells, breaks it up and gets his pass away to Jack McGeown. McGeown foul, gets the ball to McFall. Fionn McFall on this side of the field, cuts back in, gets it to Laverty once again, and Laverty, absolutely no mistake. Beautiful score by Keelan Laverty, and he's beginning to come into his own now, the number 15 for the Parnells, and it's all the Parnells at the moment as they break up, or almost break up, yet another attack there, and the referee said there was a foul on the Parnells player, and it's going to be a free in, and Jake Rispin brings the ball forward, I think, for a bit of descent, and Keelan Laverty steps up once again, the number 15, with this free, and from a very kickable position, this one will be to give the Parnells the lead, and that one is kicked in, and I think it's kicked over the bar. Yes, it is. The umpire goes for the flag. Good score there from the Parnells once again, as they go into a 1 point lead after some fine work there the last few minutes out around the middle of the field. They contested and won 2 or 3 kickouts as the referee blows for the first water break of the game. And we'll just take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. So play resumes then, as Paul Connolly there for the McBrides retains possession. And big shout out to Big Mike Clark back there and his beautiful wife Trish and all the family. Oh, that's a poor pass though, as the Parnells intercept there, and Rory Cusack easily gets possession for the Parnells as they come on the attack once again, looking for another score to put them 2 points in front and McFall. But that left-footed effort is gone well out to the left and wide, and another wide for the Parnells. They're going to have to do something about the wide count here, as they're getting lots of possession but they're not converting it into scores. But yeah, big shout out to Mike Clark and Trish. I know Mike is listening in because he's after sending me a very complimentary text message. And have a nice day to you too, Mike. My great character though, Mike Clark. We always have good fun. And of course Jerry O'Halloran too, if he's listening in today, from Clare. Great old character as that ball is pumped into the back of the net there. Great finish, great goal for the McBrides. And the number 11 there, Liam Burke, found a little edge of space, and he rounded his man, got it onto that left foot and absolutely pounded it into that far left hand corner of the net. And great goal for the McBrides, and that puts them 6 points to 4 clear, as TJ Byrne fights hard for that ball there with Kieran Lynch over there. It's a great battle, ding-dong battle in the midfield between these two teams. Joe Gardner gets the ball back to Paul Connolly. Connolly now goes long, but that ball might favour the Parnell's defence, and in fact it does. Nicely broke away there, and Cathal Leddy gets the ball off to Conor O'Toole. O'Toole now over there on that far sideline is Kieran Lynch. Lynch back to O'Toole. O'Toole looks up and he sees a man running, but that's a poor pass once again. Never gave the attacking player any chance at all, and the McBrides once again intercept and turn the ball over as that crossfield ball is pumped over there towards Paul Fahy. Fahy gets possession of that ball, but again not the best pass in the world, and over there fighting hard is Liam Burke for it, and he does really well to get around two of the Parnell's players there. He was second favourite to win that ball, there's no question about it, but Paul Fahy makes himself available, and he in turn gets the ball away there to Killian McGraham, and all the way over on this side of the field is Joe Gardner, but that ball has eluded him, and it's cleared away by the Parnell's defence, and It's Cahill Leddy here underneath us. Once again, though, that's not the best pass in the world, and the Parnell's passing has been a real issue in this game. It's just balls, simple balls, not finding their markers, not finding their men, and making it easier for the McBride's defence to get a hand in and intercept, as the McBrides come once again over there on that far sideline with Liam Burke. Liam Burke taking on Killian Smith. It's a ding-dong battle. Burke gets it onto that right foot, swings it in, and that's a lovely score from the number 11. Liam Burke showing his class there with a goal and a point. Lovely score, as Conor Nugent decides to let Killian Smith take that kick out, and Nugent takes the ball back off him. Nugent, the man from Armagh, with the glasses on, gets the ball away to his 22, Colin McGee. McGee gets it outside to Kieran Lynch. Lynch all the way over the far side to Sean Dunleavy. Dunleavy now switches the play over, takes the return pass, goes again. Dunleavy now looks up and looks inside, and he gets it to Colin McLaughlin. McLaughlin is fouled over there on that far sideline, and it's going to be a free into the Parnells, as Fionn McFall once again over there on that far sideline with the left foot, and this one is going to be right on the edge of his capability. I'd imagine it's a long way out. Decides in the end to go short to Kieran Lynch. Lynch, lovely little sidestep there, gets the ball in, and lovely score there by the midfielder. For a moment there I thought it might dip under the crossbar, but it just found its range, and nice score by the Parnells. 1 goal and 4, 7 points to 5 points, so 2 points the difference here in Gaelic Park in Chicago, as that kick out goes astray, and all of a sudden McFall has a chance here, but that's not going to make it, and he probably should have taken his point, maybe, even though the goalkeeper was well off his line there. But McFall went for the chip shot, but it didn't come off, and the ball is cleared out this side, and Joe Gardner tug on the jersey there, and the McBride's man, and it's going to be a free down to the McBrides there, as Joe Gardner was fouled, and the referee, I think, might be going to have a word. No, he's not. Free down to the McBrides then, as this ball is taken quickly. It finds its way over there to Paul Connolly. Connolly now faced by Kieran Lynch. Connolly goes back to the goalkeeper, Elliot Lean. Some of the passes out of defence have been dodgy enough, but they've got away with it, as Paul Connolly now crosses the halfway line, faced there by Conor McGee. But Connolly evades that challenge and gets his pass in, but Liam Burke uncharacteristically lets it slip, and ball comes back to the Parnells players here, and they get a chance to get the ball out of defence, and Colin McGee there is fouled in his own half-back line, but that one almost gave heart attacks to the Parnells sideline there. That was a dodgy enough pass, but nonetheless they'll get away with it. And Kieran Lynch, that's a chest, surely that's a frontal charge, and no, and Jake Crispin says no, and the McBrides turn over the ball, and Liam Burke once again out in front gets possession of it, looks up, sees a player over on this side of the field, Tiernan O'Reilly. That ball, he'll do well to keep it in, and in fact he can't, and it's going to be a line ball down to the Parnells. So line ball then for the Parnells, and it's an issue with the ball. I think it's a little soft, bit like Nicky, as Mary says I miss him, like a headache. But anyways, away they coming once again, the Parnells, with Jack McEwen. McEwen goes long to Laverty, but Laverty, it's gone in over his head, and here comes Colin, the crow catcher. Colin fighting hard for the ball, looks to try and does well though, in fairness. He gets it back to McFall. McFall fights hard for it there with Paddy McVeigh, and eventually it's going to be a free, and it's going to be a free down, says Jake Rispin. And the Parnells are not happy with that decision, that's for sure, as they felt their player was fouled. And the McBrides, though, cleared the ball quickly. And over there on that far sideline, the McBrides get the ball back. And it's Colin McGraham. McGraham now around the middle of the field, gets the ball off to Liam Burke. Burke, back it goes to McGraham. And clips it over to Liam Burke, into TJ Byrne. TJ now in a pocket of space there, trying to get away from the attentions of the fullback, Killian Smith. And once again, though, that ball is kicked, and it's kicked out. It doesn't even go wide. In fact, it's still in play with Conor Nugent. Nugent is a good pass down along this side of the field, and the Parnells lad done well there, Rory Cusack. Cusack now. But no, that was a great challenge back there by John Gardner. And Gardner done really well there. And referee. So the Parnell sideline not happy with a couple of decisions there by the referee. As Joe Gardner having a bit of a chat with the crowd. I haven't seen this in a long time, where a player is having a conversation with the crowd. But that TJ Byrne has found a pocket of space here, and he has a man inside. And great interception there almost, as the McBride's man Killian McGraham was through on goal. And this might come for them in the finish, and it does. And it's clipped over the bar by Sean Corbett there. Good score from the man from Tuam. And clipped in and over the bar there. It's good score for them. Keeps the scoreboard ticking over. Their lead now by 3 points, as that kick is intercepted there by the number 4, Shane Neville. And mark is called and given. And Owen McCaig, the number 10 now. And well intercepted, though. That's a great interception there, as Fionn McFall now gets possession of it. Gives it a nice little chip pass forward there to Killian Smith. Smith was the man that intercepted in the first place. He's gone right through, and this one in, and it's gone over the bar. And Killian Smith, the fullback, found himself down in the corner, and it's gone wide. Actually, I thought that had gone in and over the bar, but it's geez, that's a poor miss. I know he's a fullback and everything, but the referee is having a word here with the McBride's men, and he's seen something there. I think there was a man inside the D when he was taking the kick out, so this is going to be a throw ball, and Colin McLaughlin goes up for it, but he bats it down to a McBride's man. And over there is Joe Gardner now, another man that had played for the McBride seniors, gets the ball away there to Liam Burke. Really speedy player, this lad. Gets away from 2 or 3 Parnell's lads and cuts across the middle of the field there, but loses possession of the ball, but manages to get a sort of a hack away at it. But that's 2 defenders there outnumbered in the McBride's man, and it's going to be a overturn there as the Parnells come forward. Cathal Leddy now into Laverty. That's a lovely kick by Laverty, and straight in and straight over the bar. Caelan Laverty, lovely score off his right there, and he tags on another score for the Parnells, brings them back within 2, as the McBrides there looking to have an attack themselves. But that's a poor kick out once again, and it's easily caught there in the middle of the field by Conor O'Toole. O'Toole gives it off there to Cathal Leddy to McLaughlin, back to Leddy. Leddy now looks up and sees Laverty once again out in front of his man. Laverty turns, sees Kieran Lynch free inside. Lovely little dummy by the big number 9 here. Gets the ball away. Probably should have put it over the bar himself, but the Parnells making life really difficult on themselves, and that ball eventually is going to be broken up there, and the Parnells only themselves to blame there, as the McBrides come away with it. And the McBrides now with TJ Byrne over there on that far sideline is Corbett now bearing down on goal onto that right foot, but that's not a good effort, I'm afraid, from the man from Tuam, and that one drifts out to the right and it goes wide. Just into injury time here at the end of this first half. 35 seconds of injury time played in this first half. Entertaining stuff. There's been plenty of mistakes on both sides, but the Parnells would probably be more disappointed at half time. They had chances and they didn't take them as that ball is pumped long, but Cahill Leddy fails to get his hands on it as Joe Gardner gets a good pass up along this near sideline here to Owen McCaig. McCaig onto that left foot, goes across. That's a terrible pass though. Lets it get away from him, and it's easily intercepted there by Kieran Lynch. Lynch now decides to go on her own and drifts past a couple of McBride's players really easily. McLaughlin now looks for Laverty, but that ball is gone over Laverty's head and it's going to go out over the end line in the corner and it's gone wide. So again, that final pass from the Parnells is just catching them out, and they're not finding their men and just not taking the chances that's presented to them. As Joe Gardner, deep into injury time, takes possession of the ball, crosses his own 45, sees Paul Connolly. Connolly takes it, gets a bit of room, and gives a long pass in towards Liam Burke, but on this occasion Burke is out-muscled by Killian Smith, and Smith will get one last chance for the Parnells in this injury time in this first half, but that ball is half blocked down, but it'll find its way to Rory Cusack. That's it to Kieran Lynch. Lynch crosses the opposing 45, and once again he's pulled down, and it's going to be a free in this time, and referee indicating that there was hands around the player, and therefore the free is given. And this time the cornerback Jack McEwen will take the responsibility here and try and kick this one over for the Parnells to bring them within a point at half time. This would be a big score for them if they could manage it, and just a little bit of a breeze beginning to pick up now. As this ball is kicked in, it's going to not find a Parnells player, and the McBrides get possession of it, and Paul Connolly brings it out of defence, and the McBrides doing well in defence as that ball is passed over there on that far side to Killian McGraham. McGraham now skips past Kieran Lynch. McGraham right footed high up towards Liam Burke, but Killian Smith does really well there, gets it fished in and gets the ball away from the McBride's man as Jake Crispin blows the whistle for half time. And on a really hot, muggy, humid day here in Gaelic Park in Chicago, at half time in this intermediate semi-final, the Parnells trailed the McBrides by 2 points, 6 points to 1-5, so 6 points to 8, 2 point difference at half time in what has been an entertaining first half. Plenty of good scores, but plenty of mistakes as well on both sides, so all to play for in this second half. So we'll take a quick break for a moment and we'll be right back. And you're welcome back, folks, for the second half of this entertaining intermediate men's semi-final. So Parnells and the McBrides take to the field once again as a 2-point margin then at the half. It's 6 points to 1-5 in favour of the men in green and white. So the McBrides will look to push on in the second half, as the Parnells have had a lot of the play in that first half and a lot of the ball, but they just couldn't manage to convert their scoring opportunities, and as a result they find themselves 2 points down in this fixture, as the McBrides get off to a good start here in the second half, but that ball is well cut out there by Killian Smith back in his own full back line, gets the ball away here as the Parnells look to build an attack here. McFall gets the ball in to Laverty back to McFall onto that left foot, and that one is kicked in, and it's kicked to the right and wide, and again that comes back to haunt them. Their finishing is just not up to scratch, and great opportunity there for Fionn McFall to kick the Parnells back within a point of the McBrides, but he spurns it and it goes out to the right of that upright and wide, as ball is kicked out there, and it's a push in the back on the Parnells man, who's down injured, and Colin McGee, the substitute, took a heavy fall there, and he felt it as he went into contact with TJ Byrne, but the Parnells get the free, and Kieran Lynch is fouled over there on that far side, as Jake Rispin signals the free and goes over to inquire at the well-being of Kieran Lynch, but Kieran hops up, Hale and Harty, and Caelan Laverty with the free then about 41 or 2 yards out is going to attempt to kick this one over the bar, and big man on the edge of the square here will be looking to get a fist to it if it drops short, but this one won't drop short. It's kicked in beautifully, and a great score by Laverty. Beautiful kick, and he's been the one shining light in that forward line that's found his range consistently, and brings the Patriots, or the Parnells, back within a point. 7 points to 8 here in Gaelic Park in Chicago, as TJ Byrne leaps high and grabs that ball out of the air and gives it off there to Owen McCaig. McCaig gets it down to Burke. Liam Burke now taking on Killian Smith. Burke makes a run in along the end line and tries to cut back. Smith does really well to stand him up, and eventually Liam Burke has to fist it off, finds TJ Byrne. Byrne gives the shoulder, and the referee adjudged that was not legal, and it's going to be a free out to the Parnells. And TJ Byrne looks surprised that free went against him, but nonetheless it's a free, and the Parnells get a chance to clear their lines as the ball is given out this side of the field to Caelan Crean. Crean now gets the ball back and gives it long up to Cathal Leddy gives it off there to Rory Cusack. Cusack gives it off to Dunleavy. Dunleavy, lovely pass over to McFall. McFall in all sorts of space. Oh, but straight at the goalkeeper. And in fairness, Elliot Neen done well. He stood up and he got a good strong fist to it, and it broke away, and the McBride's defender was alive to it. And the McBride survive a scare there. It could have been a goal easily, but they done well to clear their lines, and Liam Burke gives that pass over there on that far sideline, and John Gardner gives the ball inside to Sean Corbett. Corbett now, the man from Tuam, gives it off there to Liam Burke. Burke gets it onto that right foot, kicks it in at the outside of the right, and that one goes off to the left and it goes wide, as Conor Nugent watched it sail over his face of his goal. harmlessly out to the left and wide. Another wide for the McBrides. They're beginning to build for both teams, as Conor Nugent, the man from Armagh, prepares to kick this one out. He gets his direction on the button, and Cathal Leddy shows well for the ball, gets the ball across to his midfield partner now, Kieran Lynch. Lovely little sidestep, gets around TJ Byrne, and he puts on the afterburners now, and Lynch strides into that attack and over to McFall onto his left, and once again Fionn McFall had a great opportunity there, and he blasted it just left and wide. And the Parnells, they really are spurning an awful lot of chances here, as there's an injury to Paddy McVeigh in that full back line, and he got a wallop on the head there. So attention required for the number 3 for the McBrides there, as water is being brought onto the field. Very, very warm conditions here in Gaelic Park today, as Elliot Lean kicks that ball out, but it's going to win the race to the sideline, and it's quickly taken here by the Parnells. Kieran Lynch gets it to Fionn McFall. McFall now looks in front of him, and he sees Laverty making the run across the goal. Laverty gets possession of it, turns back. Eventually it finds its way to McFall once again, and this time his left-footed effort comes in and off the crossbar once again, and McLaughlin does well, gets the ball, but went to pick it up, probably should have gone to pick it up, and that attack breaks down. The Parnells had the ball in control, and then they let it slip, and unfortunately for them, they lose possession of it, and the McBrides get a chance to clear their lines with Paul Connolly now. He's held up there by Kieran Lynch. Lynch has done well in this second half so far. Connolly gets his pass away, but it's misdirected once again. The pass breaks down, and here comes the Parnells with a chance to counter-attack here now with Jack McKeown onto Leddy to Laverty onto that right foot, and that one, it's the post again. They've been so unfortunate on 2 or 3 occasions with the bounce of the ball going off the post, and Laverty seemed to have that one measured, but it just curled at the last minute. And there is a bit of a breeze building up in this second half of this intermediate, and it's favouring the in green and white, the McBrides. And it's this one is going to go right down to the wire, you feel, as Elliot Lean gets ready and kicks that ball out, but John Gardner sort of waited for that ball, and Cathal Leddy done really well. He gets Laverty in all sorts of room here now. Can he make it finish? No, that's a great block down by the cornerback, and the goalkeeper also gets a hand to it, but it goes out over the inline, and it's a 45 for the Parnells. Brilliant block down there by Colin O'Reilly. The number 2 for the McBrides got a great hand to it, as Laverty was through and had a great opportunity there to stick it in the back of the net, but the cornerback got back and done really well, as Jack McGeown here for the Parnells, and this one is kicked in. That's a beautiful kick. Jack McGeown, he gets the radar right on this one, and straight in and straight over the bar, and beautiful score there by the Parnells cornerback, and brings the sides level as this one is kicked out. Well anticipated there in the middle of the field, and McFall though gets the ball off to Leddy, and Leddy just sort of waited for it and allowed TJ Byrne to get a hand in, and TJ done really well there, as Parnells concede the free in the middle of the field, and it's Killian McGraham crosses the opposing 45, and he's adjudged to have taken too many steps there, and it's a free down to the Parnells, and another chance for them to build an attack here, as well done to the Celtics down there in Pittsburgh. They beat Detroit in the final. I'm not sure what. I just got a text off John Young there, so congrats to those lads, and the best of luck to all teams competing across North America today. I'm sure there's plenty of semi-finals going on in Boston, in all the major cities here, Philly, and of course the teams here in Chicago. The very best of luck to them. It's a big day for all teams concerned as we build up to the great crescendo, which is the Chicago Finals Day here next week, next Sunday. It's really a great day, and if you're planning to travel, well, get here early. There's plenty of great football and great entertainment here all next Sunday. So weather is promised to be a little cooler than today, which is going to be nice, maybe mid-80s. So we'd encourage anyone that's in the Chicagoland area to make their way to Gaelic Park next Sunday for what will be a really great day of entertainment and spectacle as Chicago puts on its finals day here at Gaelic Park. And free in once again to the Parnells, and Colin Laverty is taking the responsibility here, as Jack McKeown intended on taking it but leaves it for Laverty, the man with the blue boots. And here he comes now. This is for the lead for the Parnells. Kicks it in. Oh, it's a little lovely curl on it. This will drop beautifully over the bar. Great score by Caelan Laverty there. Beautiful score. He's been the standout forward for the Parnells in this second half. Indeed, in the game overall, as Cathal Leddy out there in the middle of the field receiving attention there. He must have got a wallop as water is being brought on there for players for both sides. And once again, can't overstate how warm it is out there. It's probably like 95 degrees or something like that, especially with the humidity, as Elliot Lean prepares to take this quick kick out, and he finds Paul Connolly. Connolly now looks up and he finds his number 18, Stephen Farrell. Farrell, long ball down, but the bounce deceives everybody. And but the McBrides gets it back though, and it's going to be a free in, as Liam Burke there applied the finish, but the referee had blown his whistle, and it's going to be a free in to the McBrides, and a chance for them to draw level once again. Parnell's up by a point, 9 points to 1-5. The McBrides haven't scored since half time, and you feel they need a goal to settle themselves down with almost 12 and a half minutes gone, thank you Airdon, in this second half of this men's intermediate semi-final. So that one, in fact I think it was a free out. That's well touched on there to Fionn McFall. McFall now gets that one onto this left foot, and this time can he make it count? No, this one drifts to the left or to the right and wide once again, and McFall is probably saying to himself, what do I have to do to put one on the scoreboard? But keep trying is the secret. Keep at it, as Liam Burke challenged hard there by Conor O'Toole. But Liam Burke is at a fine game for the McBrides, gets it onto that right foot. Is this the equalising score? It's gone in and it's gone out and it's gone up and over the bar, says the umpire. Yeah, it's a point. It managed to creep inside that right hand upright, so it's a point for the McBrides there, and it puts them back into a 1 point lead, 1-7 to 9 points, 10 points to 9, as Cathal Leddy rises into the air, very athletic, and grabs that ball on his chest and gives a pass off there, but again not the best pass in the world, but Kieran Lynch does really well there, and he manages to get possession but gives a high ball into Laverty. Laverty out in front of his man once again. Great piece of forward play there. Gets the ball off to Sean Dunleavy. Dunleavy now onto that right foot, looks for help, and he gets it in front of him there from Fionn McCall, and he runs into Dunleavy, his own player, but that ball is kicked in there and the goalkeeper gets a foot to it, and it's cleared by the McBride's defence once again, and Killian McGraham gets possession of the ball, gives it off outside to John Gardner. Gardner back again, it comes to Sean Corbett. Corbett now goes long and he finds, in fact Sean Corbett is here underneath me. Corbett now gets it back inside Tone McCaig. McCaig looks to find a teammate and does so, and the ball eventually breaks down into the corner there to Paul Fahy. Fahy, back it goes, reverse pass to Stephen Ferdle. Ferdle on the ground though, and he's adjudged to have overcarried the ball, and it's a free out to the Parnells as Parnell's defence gathered round and bottled them up, and that's the problem you have when you get isolated in this game. And Fionn McFall gets the attempted pass in towards into Laverty, but Laverty unable to make it stick on this occasion, and the ball run harmlessly through to the goalkeeper as he clears his lines down over that far side of the field to Stephen Fardle. Fardle gets the ball off to Liam Burke. Burke at the second attempt gets it up into hand and shadowed there by Conor O'Toole. Liam Burke taking on this defence, and he gives a nice ball in, but it's not going to make its target, and Parnell's defence gets the ball clear as Kieran Lynch takes charge of it, gets the ball off then to Killian Smith. Smith crosses the halfway line. Great player this lad here, gets it to McLaughlin. Colin gets it out to McFall. McFall over the far side there, it goes to Rory Cusack. Cusack gets it back to McFall. McFall back to Cusack. Cusack on it goes there to Colin McGee. McGee right footed, lazy like, over it comes to the number 14 Colin Crean. Crean gets it back into Leddy. Leddy now going laterally across the field, looking for somebody there to make a little run for him. Eventually McFall shows for it, but this one is going to drop harmlessly into Elliot Lean's hands once again, and the Parnell's players frustrated by that effort, but the McBrides now come from the back, and Sean Corbett over there, in fact it's Stephen Farrell over there on that far sideline, gets it into the aforementioned Corbett onto that right foot, and that one is kicked in, and no mistake by the man from Tuam. Beautiful score there by Sean Corbett, straight in and straight over the bar as the Parnells ring the changes, and number 18 Sean Nevin is on, and making way is not sure who's making way just yet, because there's a water break, so players are coming over this side of the field for water, as we're just figuring out who made way there on the Parnell side. We'll tell you momentarily, as the McBrides head into this final quarter with a 1 point lead. It's a 2 point lead, in fact, 1-8 to 9 points, 11 points to 9. So the Parnells will be really pushing hard now in this final 15 to get back on terms and set up a really grandstand finish to make next week's final. So the winners, of course, of this play the Patriots next week in next week's intermediate final. Thank God for water. It's an awful pity I wasn't drinking it yesterday evening. That's so Colin McLaughlin, I think, is the man that makes way for Sean Nevin. So we'll resume then with 15 minutes to go, and players, not surprisingly, looking pretty fizzed with the heat and the effort out there, and you have to commend the players' fitness levels. They've been trained really well, these lads, as that ball is kicked out, but it's didn't find its target, and over there on that far side, Stephen Farrell collects the kick out and sets McBride's in motion once again as Liam Burke gets it over there to Michael Malloy. Michael Malloy now, the man that plays senior football as well, is fouled, and this is going to be a great opportunity for the McBrides to stretch their lead out to 3 points as Liam Burke over there with the free on his left foot. But this one is a bit of a Gary Owen high, and there's a push in the back there by Sean Corbett, and it's going to be a free down to the Parnells and a chance for them to clear their lines as Conor Nugent gets involved over there, and he's adjudged to have overcarried, and the Parnells defence in trouble there at the back, and they concede the free, and this one is very, very kickable for the McBride's team, and this would stretch it out, as I said, to a 3-point game as Liam Burke over there takes the responsibility on his right foot, kicks it in and over the bar. Umpires no hesitation, up with the hands, and it gives the McBrides a 3-point lead, 1-9 to 9 points with about 17 minutes gone in this second half. Thank you, Aaron. Timekeeper Aaron Gasser today, of course, as always, doing a wonderful job, along with Mary on camera. And the McBrides win that battle around the middle of the field, and Liam Burke gets possession of it, tackled here by 2 Parnells lads, but still manages to hold on to possession. Burke now gets it into Corbett. Burke is looking for the return pass, and he gets it. Burke now gets it, lets it out of his control, and Sean Dunleavy is there to pick up the pieces, but Dunleavy seems to be in some trouble back there. He's limping, but the Parnells come away with the ball now, and Cathal Leddy in the middle of the field there looks across and seeing his midfield partner Kieran Lynch striding forward with the ball, tackled here by Micheál Malloy, and that's a poor pass though, and Paul Connolly picks it up for the McBrides, and they'll clear it, but it's almost overturned there once again by the Parnells, but the McBrides manage to hold on to possession, and Michael Malloy gets it away to Sean O'Farrell, and here comes the McBrides now with looking for an insurance score maybe, and that one is in and over the bar. A lovely score there by the number 17 Sean Corbett once again, showing his ability there, and make no mistake, from about 20 yards out just chipped it over the bar, and all of a sudden there's 4 points in it now, and you feel the Parnells need scores, and they need to go score quickly to haul themselves back into this game. And the ball is kicked out, and it's over this side of the field, and it's kept in play there by Shane Neville. Neville gets a good pass away to Michael Malloy. Malloy in a little bit of room here. He's followed back by McGeown, but gets his pass away there to Liam Burke, and Burke kicks it in and kicks that one. The umpire is going for the flag, and the referee is going in to have a word with his umpires. The umpire on the near side was given it, and I'm not sure what the umpire on the far side. From here it looked as if it was wide. It looked as if it was to the left of this left-hand upright, and I think, yeah, it's a wide ball. I think that's the correct decision. It didn't look like a score from here, but it's difficult to tell sometimes, but nonetheless it's a wide ball, and it remains a 4-point game. So the Parnells once again facing this kick out, their own kick out. So we prepared then for this kick out for the Parnells, and you feel they need to win this, and they do, I think, just about. and the referee, Jake Crispin, signals a free up for the Parnells, and with about 12 minutes or so left in this semi-final, there's still plenty of time, but they'll need the next score. You feel they don't want to let this go out to a 5-point game, as Sean Dunleavy there is really struggling now with that leg injury, and the Parnells through Fionn McFall try to build, and that ball is kicked in towards Laverty, but Laverty is adjudged to have fouled his marker, and it's a free down to the McBrides as the referee blows to stop the game and to let attention come on for Fionn McFall, who was injured in that last clash, as the Parnells really pushing hard now for the next score to get themselves, haul themselves back into this game, as they've created all sorts of opportunities, but they've failed to take them, and they need a score, and they need it quickly. They've got a great start to this second half, but they haven't really built on it, as that ball is pumped long there, and Kieran Lynch does really well, and that ball is about to be retrieved by TJ Byrne, but the referee has pulled him back for a foul on Kieran Lynch there, and it's going to be a free back down to the Parnells, as that ball is pumped long towards Killian Keenan. Keenan now long in towards the corner forward Laverty. Caelan Laverty has been the best player for the Parnells in this game for sure. That attempt though, it's kicked in there, but there was no advantage, says Jake Crispin, and there's going to be a free in to the Parnells, and an opportunity for them to bring it back to a 3-point game. So Laverty, I think, is going to be the man to kick this. So then Laverty with that right foot will try and bring it back to a 3-point game here. Here he comes, in it goes, and it's over the bar. Lovely score from the corner forward, and made no mistake there, he clipped it over the bar. So vital score for the Parnells as we approach the last 10 minutes of this game, plus injury time. That ball is kicked long, and it's Cathal O'Connor here in the middle of the field. Cathal, another man from the senior team, the McBrides, very experienced player, fine footballer, gets it off to Liam Burke. Liam Burke has had a fine second half for the McBrides as he makes hay down that far side, and it's kicked in and it's kicked over the bar. That's a great reply from the McBrides, and it brings it back out to a 4-point game once again, 111 to 10 points. So tit for tat then, as we push for the finish line in this intermediate semi-final for the right to go on ahead and play the Patriots next week in the final. And there's a free down there to the McBrides, I think, as the Parnells can't believe it, and 2 players down injured. There's Jack McEwen, but he's up. There's a Parnells man down with cramp as well, as might be John Gardner over there. So then Cathal O'Connor with the free. Cathal now takes it quickly over this side to Mel Dermody, the Bowl Mel from County Longford. Oh, Mel wasn't expecting that one, but he gets it at the second attempt, and he gets the ball back towards Joe Gardner. Gardner now to Cathal O'Connor. O'Connor takes the ball on towards Micheál Malloy. Michael gets a nice ball back to Cathal O'Connor. O'Connor, he finds TJ Byrne, and they're trying to walk this one in, and it goes in, and it's into the back of the net. Great finish there by Stephen Farrell, and that one absolutely came from great build-up play there by the McBrides. Lovely interplay, and their senior experienced players certainly made it happen there. And you feel as if that has a sort of a feel of an insurance score as Liam Burke finds his way through this defence again, but he's tackled and overturned, and it's a free out to the Parnells. And at this stage now there's a 7-point difference. The Parnells need a goal, you feel, and maybe two of them, to rescue this situation, as Cahill Leddy looks across the field and he sees Jack McKeown. McKeown has had a fine second half for them, but he needs help, and Leddy offers his services over there. Cahill Leddy now has a man on his outside. It's Laverty now decides to go across the field again to McKeown. Oh, that's a tired kick, and it's blocked down there by Paul Connolly. Connolly now meets the shoulder, ships it and gets it to Cahill O'Connor. O'Connor now over there on that far sideline to Paul Fahy. Fahy back to O'Connor. O'Connor turns in the middle of the field and looks across, and he sees Michael Malloy. Michael Malloy now strides across the halfway line with the ball and deep into that Parnell's defence, and it's TJ Byrne who has moved in on the edge of the square now in this second half, and that ball is kicked in by TJ, and no mistake, straight over the bar, and that could well be that. 12 to 10 points as another sub enters the fray. Ian Conlon is the man that's in, and son of Sean and Eileen, of course, and Ian goes back into that Parnell's defence, as Sean Dunleavy, I think, is the player that's coming off, and Sean seemed to have been carrying an injury there, as Kieran Lynch gives it to Killian Smith. Smith now driving forward through this McBride's defence, gets the pass away there, and the McBrides now back in numbers as the Parnells forced, to commit everyone forward. Killian Keenan gets that ball across the field over to his number 6, Conor O'Toole. O'Toole now looking across, sees Jack McKeown. Jack gets the ball, decides to drop it in around the house, and Cahill Leddy is in there, but it's well broken down, and Michael Malloy gets the ball clear, gets the return pass and kicks the ball out this side, and it's going to be a foul on the number 14, and it's going to be a free down to the McBrides, and it's going to be difficult to see the Parnells extricating themselves out of this one. It's an 8-point lead for the men in green and white, and certainly looks good for a place in the final next week against the Patriots. And Parnells certainly had the chances, but probably masters of their own downfall insofar as they didn't take them. So Joe Gardner, I think, is the man down injured, getting some attention on probably a bit of cramp, and certainly no wonder, because it's baking hot out here, and certainly the egg could be fried on the shovel today. There's no doubt about it, as we enter the last 5 minutes of this game, and we're gone into injury time actually, and it's looking like the Patriots and the McBrides in next week's intermediate final, as Joe Gardner is helped to his feet there, and another sub comes on for the Parnells. Ryan Talty is the man coming in, son of Knowles, and coming off is I think it's the number 12, Rory Cusack, making way as the McBrides get back underway once again with Liam Burke. Burke full of running now and springing the step of the McBrides as they stride into Parnell's territory, and Liam Burke is hauled to the ground as he kicked that ball, and Jay Crispin is going to bring it forward to where it landed, and once again another great opportunity for the Parnell, or for the McBrides, to extend their lead, and that one, unfortunately for them, goes to the right and wide. So as we go deeper into injury time, the gap remains 8 points, 2-12 to 10, and any hope that the Parnells had seems to have gone up in smoke with that second goal from the McBrides, as that kick out is well caught there in the middle of the field. Killian Smith, he's played really well in the second half, the number 3. He's tackled hard there by Paul Connolly, and Killian decides to take it himself, goes in high in towards the goal, and that one is fisted initially, but the goalkeeper does well, and the McBride's defence reset and get the ball out, as Michael Malloy, under pressure from two Parnell's men, manages to retain possession, as the McBride's now just running down the clock really. Malloy once again in the middle of the field, gets that left footed kick away, goes long towards TJ Byrne, a lovely fetch out in front of his man from TJ. Very experienced campaigner this man, as TJ bears down on goal. Good tackling though from the McGeown, but Byrne has another bite of the cherry, and this one, great save by Nugent in the goal. Great save there by Conor Nugent, as that one is clipped in and over the bar, but that looked to be a certain goal and the icing on the cake for the McBrides. But the man from Armagh had a wonderful stop with his feet, and eventually it came back, I think maybe to Cathal O'Connor, and he clipped it over the bar. But the McBrides certainly look to have a foot and maybe four toes in the final, as over there on that far sideline there's a foul on the McBrides man, and it's going to be a free down. Ball is delivered in long once again to TJ Byrne, but this time I think it might favour McGeown, and McGeown is fouled by TJ Byrne, and it's cleared out this side of the field as Killian Smith once again tries to drive his charges forward, and Smith now crosses the halfway line. He gives it off there to Killian Keenan. Keenan gets it to Kieran Lynch. That ball though runs away from Ryan Talty though, and the McBrides once again turn over the ball, and this one is cleared, but that's poor from Kieran Lynch. He probably should have been to back and picked it up, and instead he gives it straight back to the McBrides men, and the McBrides win a free for themselves. And Joe Gardner, the experienced man in this McBrides team, it's a nice little pop pass away there, as Cathal O'Connor now gets on the ball and he's in space, as TJ Byrne peels away and lets Cathal run into the space, and he's fouled, and it's going to be a free in. And this, if the last point wasn't an insurance point, this certainly will be anyways, that's for sure. 2-13, 19 points to 10, 9 points the difference. This will make it double scores, 20 points to 10, and I'd say we're not far away from the final whistle. And in fact there is the final whistle, as the John McBride's club make it through to the intermediate final next Sunday against the Patriots, after a fine second half performance, and you'd have to say probably a fourth quarter performance where they scored a goal and 3 or 4 points without reply, and they cruise into the final in the finish by 10 points. So disappointment for the Parnells there as they crash out of the intermediate championship. Certainly be hoping that their seniors fare better later on against the same opposition in the senior semi-final. So there you go folks, that's the intermediate final semi-final over and done with. 2-14 for the McBrides, 20 points, the Parnells 10 points. So a 10-point victory for the McBrides, and they advance to next week's final. So congrats to the men in green and white. Commiserations to the Parnells. They had their chances, but felt that they needed to have taken most of them. They didn't, and found themselves just with too much to do in that final quarter. So commiserations to the Parnells, but an entertaining game of football. So we've a ladies game coming up next, senior ladies semi-final, and we'll be back in just a couple of moments with that folks. So we'll see you